Oh yeah, UFC 319. It's usually plays time. The grand prediction for Dricus du Plessis, however you pronounce it, Dricus du Plessis. I think the correct pronunciation is Dricus du Plessis. There you go. Cameroon, the only South African shirt I can represent there. So versus Sweden, Kamzat Chimaev. Okay, who is going to win? Let's break her down. And I could look really stupid for saying this, but I already do. So it's all good. This isn't just self-deprecation, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, don't be afraid to lose your inhibitions and look stupid in life, guys. That's all I'll say. Yeah. Never take yourself too seriously. Take what you do seriously. That's how you prosper. Okay. Kamzat Chimaev. Wow. So a lot into this fight is condition. Condition is the main word in this. How is Kamzat Chimaev going to hold off? He's had a lot of... See what he did against Robert Whittaker and then give me your answer. He absolutely mauled one of the best in the division. He mauled him. He made him look like an amateur. Now, this is Robert Whittaker we're talking about here. Yeah. Robert the Man Whittaker, who's, stood toe-to-toe with everyone and won a lot of great fights. A legend in UFC, and look what Kamzat Chimaev did to him. Now, Dricus du Plessis, this is like, they're both not great at striking. I will say that. They're both quite flawed at striking. Kamzat Chimaev is a superior wrestler, and Dricus du Plessis is basically just well-rounded at everything. He throws different shots. He comes forward a lot, punching. He never tires. And the question going into this is condition, as Kamzat Chimaev has had health conditions and tends to tire. So, that being said, it'd be easy now to say Dricus du Plessis is going to whoop him because obviously he doesn't tire, what he did to Adesanya. But he has a lot of mistakes, technically, a lot of mistakes going in. He takes one to give one, he takes a punch, he takes a few, loses. These are mistakes, these are little technical mistakes that in this fight against Kamzat Chimaev, if you're just banking on him not being in condition, this is where you're in for the fright of your life, basically. This is where you're like, oh shit, yeah. I done fucked up, like I underestimated his condition. Because if you're banking on that as the way to win, condition and heart, I wouldn't question Kamzat Chimaev's heart. He's just a Terminator who destroys everyone. It's not his fault. It rarely goes a few rounds. Now, Dricus du Plessis is superior at condition, and he mean-mauls fighters, and he gets them all over the place, and he whoops them, and he keeps going forward with volume, and he never quits, and he never gives up. But in between a lot of that, there are mistakes. There are a lot of whirlwind stuff going on, a lot of kamikaze things going on. Sort of like Sean Porter in boxing. Never great at anything. I always used to call him a carnival brawler. Never great at anything, never technically sound at anything. You wouldn't look at a Dricus du Plessis video and go, that's how you do it. You just go, that's how you do it for heart condition and dealing with adversity. Mentally, I don't think there's anybody as strong as Dricus du Plessis. Apart from Kamzat Chimaev, I think it's a silent K. Kamzat, not Kamzat. Always be sure of pronunciation. I work in a multicultural environment with so many cultures. Polish, Czechoslovakian, Japanese, Scouse, Mancunian. No, I work with so many different cultures. Spanish, Italian, Lithuanian. You have to make sure that Maria, the R's are. Make sure you try your best, Martina. You try to pronounce words correctly. Martina, like there's different ways of saying different words. Maria, Paula. There's many different pronunciations, and make sure you get it right. Anyway, off that. Because you getting it wrong is like them calling me correct. I'm called Chris. If they call me Christ, I'd actually, be, yeah, you're almost there. Christ the Redeemer. But know what I'm saying. Make sure you try to be accurate with your pronunciations. It's very difficult and it is ignorant if you keep fucking up. Anyway, off that, Dricus du Plessis is very, 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 very hard to beat, as we've known. He's only lost, I think, over his whole career, about 2 over the career. So they're quite evenly matched on warrior instincts. They're both very mentally strong. One just goes through fighters, but one overcomes a lot of adversity. The only thing I will say, Dricus du Plessis has gone toe-to-toe with Sean Strickland twice. Which begs the question, he's not like, I know he beat Adesanya, but he's not a world beater. He's a very, very good fighter. Khamzat Chimaev's doing it. Khamzat Chimaev is doing this. Khamzat Chimaev is doing this to very superior fighters who you'd thought were superior beforehand. The Gilbert Burns fight was a very close test. The way he dethroned Usman, the way he dethroned now. Usman and Robert Whittaker are not boys like that you normally terminate like he's done and basically school. So the predictions in, guys. As much as many people are going on condition as if Khamzat, because his stand-up isn't great, I'll be the first to say that. I don't think he needs it. He somehow seems to just get a grip of a fighter, and Dricus is very, very strong. So that's the only thing. Does he do this to Dricus? Yeah, because Dricus will leave something. I believe that. Whether it's a foot, an ankle, a chicken wing, an arm, something will get left in the midst of Dricus going forward, because Dricus is a very forward fighter. He likes to keep accurate volume. In this, there are holes, technical holes, which I don't think he has the efficiency over Khamzat. So Khamzat wins, basically, is what I'm saying. Khamzat I think it's going to be a submission. It's going to be very tough. I think around the 3rd, possibly 4th, I think this is where you'd think Khamzat's going to tire. I think this is where he starts to tire Dricus, because he starts to squeeze the fucking life out of him with the wrestling. This guy's no joke with the wrestling, guys. This is scarier than Randy Couture in his prime. Like, this guy's a fucking Terminator. Have you seen him lose? The only time I've seen him look like losing was with his health conditions against Gilbert Burns. But guess what? He took his best and still whooped him and still beat him. I'm sorry. It's going to cause a lot of upset. But I don't care. It's my opinion. There is no truth. Only human opinion. And my opinion is that Khamzat Chimaev gets the win by possibly stoppage or points. I think if he gets to win it, he's not going to be a knockout. I doubt it. He's going to squeeze the life out of him. He's going to get him on the ground. He's going to take advantage of Dricus's technical flaws. Condition. If it was all about condition and say he doesn't have the condition, he may possibly lose Khamzat. But I think we're in for a bit of a shock, because he didn't have any issues with condition against Robert Whittaker. And like I said, bouncing off that, Robert Whittaker's very technically good. The way he utilises the range and the footwork. Dricus has beat him, but Khamzat did it in a more emphatic way. Styles make fights. I just believe that, condition aside, Khamzat's too technically profound for this guy. Khamzat Chimaev, submission. I'm sorry I've peed you off, but that's just my opinion. I respect both fighters. Both I think are brilliant. Khamzat's a little more, he gets under people's skin. You can't do that with Dricus. He showed he's very up there with his comebacks against Adesanya and Strickland. So he's very, I don't think Khamzat's going to try that. He's going to respect him politely. He won't. I think he'll leave the antics out of this, because he knows mentally He don't want a war with him. He just wants to show him in the octagon. Khamzat Chimaev for the W. What do you think, guys? Am I absolutely talking babbles? Am I talking crazy? Or are you with UfC on this? Do you see what I see? Do you feel it? Can you vision it? Can you vision it? See, believe, achieve, all that. Listen, it's not a self-help book, as Bisping once said, but I'm firm on it now. Khamzat's a scary guy, man. And the more you come forward, and the more you go for Khamzat, the more tired you get, brother. The more tired you get. So talk about condition, all that going forward, you're just wasting all that energy if the punches aren't connecting clean enough. And Khamzat will just take you to the ground. And then it's good night, Vienna. Khamzat Chimaev for the win. Final prediction. Get your comments in, guys. Tell me what you think is usually right or wrong. Like I said, no truth, only human opinion. But what do you think? I'm interested to know your opinions, guys. How, why am I talking daft? Why do I know shit about this? Justify it. That's what the comment page is there for. Share it. If you think my video sucks, share why. Peace.